Okay, so we're back. I started by trying to put stairs in the towers. I really miss spiral staircases, but hopefully we're getting them back with Realm of Magic. It just makes the tower space less usable when you have to have the giant staircase. So I didn't know what to do with the downstairs area. So I usually start with dining rooms for some reason. I just like to know that my Sims have a place to eat. So I put that table in and I realized how big the house was, and then I panicked and went to the third floor. So I cut out me making the little spa room because I knew I wanted like a spa area because I just got that pack. So I did that, and then I moved it around, and oh, I was having issues with the exterior trim just being really annoying. So you'll see me like add it and delete it about 3 separate times. So I added gym next to the spa, and I think I wound up with 3 bedrooms on the top floor. So I make this neat little bathroom. It's just sort of shoved into the little attic dormer, which is sort of very in keeping with the older style house. I wanted this little landing area to be sort of a reading nook hangout spot. So it'll get there eventually. And we have a jump to the outside because I needed to fix that. I managed to wreck it, and another jump, and we're back to the third floor. But there you can see that the exterior is looking pretty nice, even though the interior is a hot frickin' mess. So I made this whole Jack and Jill bathroom situation, and then I wound up deleting it, which was very sad, because I realized I needed the space to put in a hallway. So yep, there's the hallway that broke my heart. I should have just realized that I needed a hallway sooner, but I just sort of kept on keeping on, and I screwed myself over a little bit. I played myself. But there's that hallway, and there's me deleting that bathroom that I spent 20 minutes working on, and I got the footage out. So yeah, so that's 1, 2, oh, did it wind up being 4 bedrooms? Yeah, it did. Okay, so this house is massive, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I've just, spent a lot of time on bathrooms. And the trim again. It really likes deleting itself. Like whenever you move a wall, the trim is like, yeet, I'm gone. So I make a tiny bathroom for the smallest room, and then I set aside those spaces for closets. Suddenly it's nighttime, I don't know why. And then more closet space. I just like the idea that all of the rooms have closets. It makes it feel like a little bit more real for me. And I don't know if this bathroom will be functional because I haven't tested it yet, but I did sure try to make a 2x2 full bathroom with like a shower, sink, and toilet. But if that doesn't work, it doesn't work. So there's just adding towels and toilet paper and all of that fun stuff. And we jump down to the second floor. So this is the master bedroom area, and I had no idea what to do with it. So I started in the bathroom, which is really my go-to. So I wanted to make this a really ridiculous, weird bathroom. So I decided that we needed 2 bathtubs, because that's what you do in a normal people house. You just have 2 bathtubs facing each other, so that when you and your wife take baths together, like you can just chat while you bathe. So I just add a bunch of flowers and succulents to this, and just generally make it real cute. So we have just a room with 2 bathtubs in it. Then I couldn't decide what I wanted to do with the rest of the space because it was so large. So now you'll see me try to put a bed 16 different places because it's an enormous room and there's nothing for it. Eventually I make it smaller once I figure out there's no good way of doing this. And there it is. So then that gets an extra smaller room. And I'll probably wind up converting that to a kid's room so that, you know, you can have a parent room right next to a toddler room. So then I got frustrated and went back to the bathroom. So I like hers and hers sinks. I wanted lots of mirrors and stuff, just, you know, just girly things. And then I wanted a wardrobe area next to the bathroom. So I add a shower and a toilet because, you know, those are things you need in a bathroom. And I just swapped out the door so you can get to the weird porch area from your bathroom. I don't know. I don't know why you would want that necessarily, but it's sure a feature of this home. So yeah, just adding towels and bathrobes and all of that fun stuff. And then just finishing off the interior with some tiling. I might make more of it that pink. I think it's sort of old-fashioned and cute. So adding a vanity to the wardrobe area, and oh yeah, gotta have candles while you're in the bathtub. It's very important. I really like the Get Famous closets, and I think I use a lot of items from Get Famous in general in this build, just because they're so over the top and silly. And I was having fun using them. So picking out a bedroom door took a minute. And then this is kind of my favorite part of the whole build, not gonna lie. So I really wanted to use the secret bookcase doors, and I've wanted to use them for ages. So I realized they looked a little silly intersecting the staircase like that, so I pared it down to 2 of them. I was originally going to have like a whole wall of them, but then you have the secret bookcase door up the secret stairs to the secret tower library, which is really cool. And now I'm a little bit sad that I don't live a place that has a secret tower with a secret tower library, and I just thought that was really fun. So just adding some flooring, adding a bathroom to that little bedroom that I cordoned off. Safety save, gotta safety save. And then figuring out what flooring is suitably fancy. So I was really lost with the downstairs area as well, because as you can see, I put in like one of the biggest dining tables, and it looks tiny in this massive house. It's just such a big build. So I decided to just make the entryway a little bit bigger and a little bit more symmetrical around the staircases. You know, just because I could. Oh, so I have that weird wall bump out just because there's a window there and I didn't want to get rid of it. But I might go back and change that. I'm still working on this house, so I'll probably have a full tour kind of video coming up pretty soon. But that all kind of depends on what the hurricane is doing. So I literally took a break, walked away from my computer for a couple of hours, and then came back and decided what I was going to do. Because at one point I was like, babe, we're not going to have a kitchen in our fantasy home. We're just not. We're just going to live off of delivery pizza because I don't know where to put a kitchen. And Emily, bless her, was like, yeah, that sounds fine. Because she doesn't cook, and I am not the best cook either. So, but eventually, you know, I sliced up the area a little bit. Usually I like to have bathrooms, dining areas, and kitchens done first, but it just did not work out that way in this build. So I made this room for a bar, so you can kind of have pre-dinner drinks in the bar room before you go into the formal dining room, which I thought was kind of nice. And then I just make this other bathroom a little bit bigger and ruin the whole build, just in a very minor way for a second. So we have a formal and informal living room kind of situation. One's more like a family TV room, so that's going to be the one that's next to the bar. And we also have formal and informal dining. So the formal living room is also sort of like the music room, dance floor area. So that's where I stuck a lot of skill building with instruments. So everyone who's bad at the violin can be contained into the one room. So that was me trying to place too many chairs. And now the kitchen, I think. Oh no, I made this little bathroom and I wound up deleting it, but I kept the footage in because I kept the bathroom fixtures the same. I just moved them over to the other side of the house in that little bathroom section you saw me make. And I wound up making this the laundry room instead. It's just a lot of space to fill for one house. And I didn't realize how difficult it would be or how expensive this house would wind up being. And that was me looking for a wall tile that I liked, but I didn't find it. And then I realized I'd gotten rid of all of the windows in the little sort of dining breakfast nook area, and realizing that, hey, maybe windows while you eat would be good. Maybe seeing the outside world would be nice. So then I just did a couple of tweaks to that. And I wanted to make sure that I used counters that have matching cabinets because it really bothers me when they don't match. So I used the ones from Jungle Living. I don't know what the pack is called because I'm terrible. And I wanted this like island double sink action happening, but it wound up not working with the space as well as I wanted. And I really tried to make it work, but it just didn't really look right or feel right, so I decided to not do that. And then I wanted to make sure, I really want them to have standard wood swatches on every object. It would make everything so much easier. And then I spend like an age of man picking out bar stools like 3 different times. And then I move this counter and I move it back and I move it and I move it back. And it's just, you know, at some point you just have to give up on things. And it really bothers me when people leave the cabinets all the way up in their builds because it's like no one can reach that. No one is that tall. I mean, I'm admittedly a short person and I have to climb on counters anyway to reach most upper cabinets, but still, like an average sized person or sim should be able to reach at least the bottom shelf of an upper cabinet. Maybe. Okay, and I'm just adding in, you know, fire alarm, sprinkler system, thermostat, all of the good stuff. I really like the stupid smart trash can that gives you money. I don't know why, it's just really cute to me. Then I changed my mind about bar stools. I just wanted to check that they didn't clash horrifically, but I think they still do. I think they're black and the cabinets are brown, so hate that. Yeah, just making the little breakfast nook. Again, using the Jungle Adventure kind of stuff. I think it's just nice, and it's nice that it matches the cabinets especially, and just being able to use things as a cohesive set is really gratifying for me as a person. I just find it very, very soothing. There's me getting distracted by window placement. And just generally how the outside of the house looks. And then I moved that to the informal living room and moved the bar around because I wanted it to sort of flow a little bit better into the arch that leads into the dining room. I feel like I've said flow about 16 different times, but I am pretty big on Sims being able to, you know, walk from one section of the house to another. And I add this fun tile into the kitchen nook, and I give up on my dream of the fancy double sink action in the kitchen. And goodbye. You were so beautiful, but you did not have the staying power. So then I just, you know, rearrange all of my kitchen things. I might wind up deleting one of them and freeing up a little bit more space, and just adding some nice chandeliers. I do love that big circular chandelier light, but it doesn't really fit with the style of this build. And I just swapped out, I realized I used the wrong tables. And then I swapped those out for more bar stool kind of chairs. I wanted it to be a little bit more casual. And then I start on the informal family room, just trying to fill it with some comfy sofas, a nice TV, all of the, you know, cute family hangout stuff. So you can watch some TV, you can be in the kitchen. So then I started adding some furniture around the fireplace as well in the formal living room. So I just sort of bop back and forth between those since I'm in the same furniture category, and I like having matching sets of things. Yes, hi. Really? And then I decide to change up the kitchen a little bit just to have that archway line up a little bit better, because I want you to be able to walk in one archway through the space into the kitchen and have it flow a little bit better than it was. And then I spend, you know, another age of man picking out rugs, because I think if you have nice parquet floor, you don't want it to get messed up in your sort of everyday use spaces, especially. And then I use this rug actually a couple of times in this build, just because it's cute and it fits big spaces pretty well. So I just use that rug to sort of visually section off that like formal sitting area. And then there's a slightly less formal one with all of the music stuff. And I'm just bopping back and forth a lot. I decided to move that bathroom across and to make this space the laundry room, because I just got laundry stuff and I wanted to use that too. I think it just adds a nice bit to the game mechanics. And then I'm wrapping it up now that the kitchen and the laundry room are all finished.